it's Friday, it's the day before my market, and I kind of have a little bit of tasks or errands to run right now. I need to go to Painted Tree because I have some letters up there. I'm excited to go get those. And then I also wanted to see if I had anything in that store that I kind of wanted to get rid of really quick that I could bring to the market tomorrow. I checked on my like security footage to kind of see what was left in there, and I don't think that there's anything that I want to bring. Could I have gotten this stuff the other day? Yeah, maybe. Did I know that I needed it? No, so it's really not my fault. Also, I need to go to Walmart to see if they have some polyfill. I remember buying polyfill once or twice like back in the day at Walmart, but they only had like the small bags. I need like a huge box if I can find it. Oh yeah, my market is moved indoors, so it's no longer gonna be outdoors, so it's gonna be kind of loud. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be loud music. I really love outdoor markets. I prefer outdoor over indoor. With outdoor markets, it's more like you have your own store, like you have your own area. And with the indoor markets, it's just like a bunch of tables set up and like there's no divisions between tables. They did say that tomorrow was going to be thunderstorms. So yeah, let me go ahead and head out the house before it gets even later. It's 5:56 right now, so it's pretty much 6 p.m. So yeah, let's go run some errands. So these are the only ones that they have. These really tiny boxes with no price on them. I guess I'll just have to get one of these since it's all I can find. Now for white yarns, not really seeing any. Oh wait, this might be. It's a weird texture, ring spun. I'm not a fan. All right, so I'm in the parking garage right now. I'm starting to unload a few of the things that I have. I don't really have that much stuff. I think that pretty much all of my stuff can fit inside of one wagon. I only have like a couple of things left to take. I only have those 2 bags, that's my market stock, and then that's like my purse for the event. I bring this to every event. I was so against getting those bog bags because they're kind of ugly, but now that I have mine, I'm like, they're so useful. And then I have those 2 bags, and then I have obviously my little suitcase in the trunk, and then I will be ready to go once I get this out. And the chairs, of course. Okay, so this is the setup so far. I don't really have much, but I guess I had a little bit too much for one table. I ended up just putting the hats here. I ended up getting 6 of them. I wanted 8, but I'm kind of glad that I don't have 8 because I wouldn't be able to fit them on anyways. A few things in there. This little section, I have the stationery in the middle. That way it's kind of not taking up a lot of space on the sides. This kind of looks a mess, but it is what it is. I went ahead and put embroidered eyes on these. By the way, I don't think I showed that last night, but yeah, embroidered eyes on those. Trying to stack those up, make it look cute. Up here, those, oop. Everything looks weird now that I'm recording. I see everything that's like falling over. This is hidden. That slide things over. One table is kind of crushing everything. This is the blueberry I made the other day, by the way. I don't think I showed it on camera. Blueberry. Keychains. Hi, thank you. I got everything set up. The new keychains, the acrylic keychains, and then the other regular keychains here, and then of course these chickens, and then I have this one little hanger that I made and one mushroom here.
Is that a tater tot? That's a chicken.
It's whatever you want to be. Here's your change. Thank you so much. Hey guys, voiceover here. So the first hour of the market was super slow. As you guys can see, I only made like 50 or whatever dollars, which I was still thankful for, but I was just a little bit nervous about the overall turnout of the market, just because, like I said, it was raining this day really bad in the morning. Like even in the window, you guys can see like a little bit of like water on the window. It was raining, it was super dark, and I was nervous about people leaving the house on this day because it was supposed to be scattered thunderstorms like all over Memphis. There were other events going on around the city, like there was other pride events, there was other like farmers markets and all types of stuff, just normal things that go on Saturday. And this market was indoors, so most people that couldn't see from the street probably wouldn't know that we were inside. I was still a little bit nervous about the turnout, but it started to pick up really quickly. I would say within like the first 2 hours, more people started to come through. I started getting a lot more questions about what I do. People started to notice me, and I was really nervous about being up on the 3rd floor also, just because I thought that people wouldn't feel like coming upstairs or just like seeing what else was upstairs. To my surprise, a lot of people were going through all 3 floors and just kind of looking around. Now this time I didn't really get a lot of free time to just look around at what everybody else was offering, so I couldn't see if there was any other crocheters there. From what I did see, there was a lot of variety with the vendors that they chose. I think that I was the only one there that was selling crochet things, just because I didn't really see a lot of people walking around with crochet plushies from other places and talking to the other people. They didn't really say anything about other crochets being there, so I was happy about being the only one there that had my crochet plushies. And yeah, so I was really excited about the first part of the market, even though it was really slow. This is the progress so far. All of these little things right here, whatever was right here, I forgot what it was. Oh, capybara, the Bulbasaur, and some other stuff sold out. And surprisingly, none of these have sold yet. I really like these. I don't know if I like the actual pattern or if I just like crocheting them, but yeah. It's also getting empty. The top is a little bit more empty. And yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Perfect. Thank you so much. Have a good day, you guys. Okay, let me get you a box. Sorry. There's one. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. But I don't know where they are, so everybody gets a box. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's not cold. There you go. Thank you so much. I love this. Thank y'all.
My daughter was looking at it when I was here earlier.
Thank you.
My brother has a booth here today, and so I dropped off some of my dog treats, and he sold it back. I thought maybe it would be chicken.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Of course. And did you want to do card, cash? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, this is what we got left. I doubt that y'all can hear me because it's loud in here, but this is it for the keychains. These keychains down here. This little area. I sold 2 out of the 4 geese that I made, so that's a win for me. Usually people don't buy the bigger items at these types of markets anyway, so that's not really that surprising. This little shelf is pretty much cleared out. No stationery sold today, which is surprising because usually the stationery does really well. I sold some stationery, some little notepads and stuff like that, and some sticker sheets. The hats, I only sold 1 hat, I believe. Yep, 1. I had 6 there, 1 sold. Y'all begged me, well not y'all, but people begged me to make these hats, and now nobody wants to now that I made them. Like, that's just, that's so like them. I sold out of pickles, and this goose is still here. It's 3 o'clock. At this point, my battery is about to die, so I'm probably not gonna record much more. I have 1 page, 2 pages, and like a quarter. I'm hoping that I can get to at least like this page as well, like fill this up. That way I'll pretty much be out of stock and I'm gonna have to carry so much stuff. But I do have another market in 2 weeks, so if we don't sell out today, then of course I'll just bring over the stuff that I have left over from today to the next market. So it's really not a big deal. So yeah, 2 hours left, or 1 hour and 56 minutes, and I'm super excited to go home. My feet are hurting, I'm feeling sick, and my stomach is hurting. Hey guys, so it's a few days later after the market, and I wanted to record my takedown, but like I said, we were indoors and there was so many people around. Like, we were all squished on there on the 3rd floor, and even like in the video you can see like the tables nearby me and like other vendors. So I didn't want to be like in the way with my camera, and like the base of my camera is really wide, like the stand that I put my camera on is really wide, and I don't just want to be in the way, so I just ended up not recording the takedown or the setup. And then not only that, people were like coming through with like their big wagons, and I didn't want their wagon wheel to knock my camera over because this is the only camera that I have. A quick market recap. Just overall, the market went really well. I liked the level of communication was really nice. There wasn't too much communication to where it was like, oh my god, they're emailing us again, but there was enough communication to where I felt comfortable with actually waking up in the morning and getting there. A couple days before the market even started, they ended up emailing us telling us that it was going to be moved indoors just because of the flash floods that were going to be coming through Memphis and like the scattered thunderstorms. So I really appreciated that, just because a lot of people would just say like rain or shine, and then they won't tell us like anything other than rain or shine, you know what I mean? Yes, even though this was a rain or shine market, I did appreciate that they did let us know that it will be raining and to come at an appropriate time. So we could start setting up at 8, but they said don't pull up before 7:30. So that kind of gave us like a nice time range to get there. I didn't end up getting there till 8:30, and it was still like a lot of people weren't there, so I think I got there at a good time regardless. The market went from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and the market didn't really start picking up until like 12:30, 1 o'clock, just because of the rain, which kind of sucked. But at the same time, the market was still really nice. They had like a lot of people coming in. There was a few other events going on around Memphis, but they really made a point to say like, oh, we are still having our event even though it's raining. We're just going to be moved indoors, which is another reason why I like doing this event, just because there is an outdoor like plaza section that people can walk through, but there's also an indoor section. So just in case it does rain or something like that next time I do this event, if I get accepted, there's always a backup plan in place, and we can always just go inside. I know some events that take place like on the river or like Mud Island or whatever, there's no indoor places that we can go. So if it's raining, we just kind of have to put our tents outside and just bear the rain, or just not show up and forfeit our money. So I really appreciated that. Overall, this event was really successful. I ended up making $118 on Venmo, $239 in cash, and then on tap I got $666. So in total I ended up making $1,023, and my most popular item was definitely the standing goose, so the desk goose that I included in the last video that I just finished up making like a couple days before the market. That was definitely my most popular item. I think that the problem came in with the fact that it was so big that most people probably didn't know what to do with it. I think that if I made it smaller like the one that I have on my desk, more people would probably be interested. And it was also one of the more expensive items. Usually items above $50 don't really sell at the markets that I do that quickly, just because as usual people are just trying to get smaller items. And I know that even when I go to a market, I'm not trying to buy like a $50 item from a booth. I'll buy like 2 $20 items before I buy like one $60 item, if it makes sense. I did end up selling out of a lot of things. I sold out of the mini turtles that I had. I sold out of my cheeky frogs. I sold out of capybaras, dragonflies, as well as pickles, and I also sold out of all of my keychains except for the stars. So I did like a little test, because usually I put bows on the stars and this time I didn't put bows on the stars, and only like 1 out of the 4 sold. But when I put bows on them, all of them used to sell. So I think I'm gonna go back to putting bows on things, just because I think it's like a trend now to like the bows. So all of those little octos that I made, so the little rainbow octos that I made in like the 2 videos back, or last video or something like that, I sold out of all of those. And I also sold out of, so the leggy frogs, I am done making those. Leggy frogs are out for me, booty frogs are in, and I think that that's also a little bit of a less popular pattern than the leggy frogs. So if I do go to another pattern and there's another crocheter there, we won't end up having like the same type of patterns. We'll have different frogs. So leggy frogs are out, booty frogs are in. I also ended up selling a lot of those Mabel chickens that I had. I think I bought 4 of them. All 4 of those are gone, I believe. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I ended up selling 1, 2, 3 and a bit, 3 and like 1/8 page of items. So yeah, overall I rate this market a 10 out of 10. Or the coordinators came around and checked on us. They gave us like little bags of popcorn, some water. They made sure that we knew what time it was and like when to shut down. And also the loadout was actually a lot smoother than it was last time. I think that last time was like their first time having it indoors just because of like the terrible weather, and the last time trying to get out of there was crazy because it was too much work to try to get all the stuff onto the elevators. So I think that this time they kind of told people beforehand like, oh, at 5 o'clock you need to shut down. So yeah, I give this market a 10 out of 10. This is definitely one of the better markets that I do. I've done this one twice so far, and I've already applied to do it a 3rd time. So hopefully I get accepted again, and then I can compare and like have a more cohesive study if this is actually a good market or not. But yeah, I am excited to do this one again. Also, really quick before I get into the outro, I just kind of wanted to show you guys the things that I have left over, just in case you were curious, because I know that I am. So I have these 4 hats left. I ended up selling 2. I sold the blue checkered hat and also the pink, blue, and like whitish color hat. I still have these 2 blue dinosaurs. I have 2 of these caterpillars. Still have my 1 dinosaur. 3 of these goldfish, and these are actually the ones that I used up that yarn. So I'm starting to think that people probably just don't like this yarn, because there's no way that this is just the only yarn that I have that's still here. But the other ones have sold. I have 3 of these whales. I only made 2 instead of this turquoise color, and these 2 are still here. So I'm starting to think that people probably just don't like this color. And then orange is just always just not a popular color. So not surprised about these. Then the last couple things, I still have this big goose, which I'm actually happy about because I want to bring that to a market that's bigger and more outdoors. I'll get some cute pictures of it. Then I also have the desk goose, which is another large goose that I'm excited about to have on my table. And then last but not least, I still have my dinosaur here. So those are the only things that I have left from the market. But yeah, if I get accepted, I'm excited to do it again. And then you guys will of course know on my videos if you subscribe, which I would love for you to do, which is a great segue. Subscribe if you want to see more market vlogs. Subscribe if you want to see more behind the scenes, market prep, small business type content. Also, don't forget to follow my Instagram at introvertcrossing for more behind the scenes, challenges, videos, posts, stories, reels, all types of different things. And I will see you guys in the next video, which will be a market prep vlog because I do have another market in 2 weeks. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.